So the internet is wrong about the Ray-Ban Meta Blayzer and Scriber optics. I tried them both for a week and I discovered some crazy things. Let's get into it. But first, we're almost at 50,000 subscribers on this channel. So before we even get there, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of this growth. And I actually have an insane plan for all these different rewards to give you guys at each of the different milestones. So stay tuned for that. But you're gonna wanna be subscribed when we hit 50K. So first off, the elephant in the room, there was a big leak with these glasses before they came out, listing the specs showing that they had a horizontal camera sensor, and that was just completely wrong. But that's not the main thing I'm gonna talk about in this video. There's actually more surprising things to discover as I tested these out for the last week plus. But it is still a vertical 3x4 camera. And so because of that, everyone on the internet is saying that it's just the same camera as the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2s, which I have in here. In fact, if you search this using AI or using Google, it actually says they have the exact same camera. This one's just designed to be slightly smaller and more discreet in the frame, but it's the exact same 12 megapixel camera with the exact same specs, and it even says it has identical image performance. But this is completely wrong. While I'm talking about it, I might as well wear these so you have a feel for the look. These are the Scriber model, the more circular ones. They have brown frames that are transparent. All of the frames are transparent on these. Really cool, so you can see the tech inside. And as you can see, the camera does look smaller. But this is what the Scribers look like when you wear them. They look pretty cool. Back to what I was saying, the entire internet says it is the exact same camera. This one is just smaller in the frame, but it has the same imaging performance, same everything. And this is just completely inaccurate. And even AI says that the camera is the same, lists all those things I just mentioned. That's the thing you have to realize. There's a ton of AI slop for smart glasses content on YouTube and on the internet, and none of it is fact-checked. So you've probably seen a lot of AI slop smart glasses videos where they just completely lie to you, where you find out later that none of those features actually existed in those glasses, or maybe those glasses didn't exist at all, and it's just because AI doesn't really know anything about smart glasses because they are such a futuristic thing, and AI like ChatGPT, Gemini is much better at researching things that have existed for a while that have been written a lot about than it does for new things that haven't come out yet. So all of those like AI slop videos about smart glasses, don't expect anything they say to be true. So just getting that out there, including that these have the same camera, because they don't. So let me show you what I mean. So first up, here's an identical photo taken by both. So the Gen 2 is on the left and the Blayzer optics are on the right. Now at first glance, these look exactly the same, right? Same camera, same 12 megapixels, 3K 30, all that stuff. But when you take a closer look, that's actually not the case. So first let me show you for the pictures, then I'll show you for the video. So the first thing that you'll probably notice here is look at the elements in the picture, right? Look at this little flower portrait up here. It looks noticeably smaller in the Blayzer optics than in the Gen 2s. And you can also see quite a bit farther to the left of it into the door frame, versus the Gen 1s you can only see to the end of the light switch, and then again with the benches, those go about the same, but that is one distinct difference. And how could that be if they're the same camera? That's because they're not. The camera in the Blayzer and Scriber optics is actually closer to what you might see in the Oakley Vanguards that have a really wide field of view. So that's the first difference. These have a wider field of view than the Gen 2s at 12 megapixels when taking photos. So it's actually a more wide angle camera. You get more in the frame, but that's not the only difference that no one talks about. But this will be a lot more clear when I show you the video comparisons. Let me show you that. Notice sort of the color cast is a little bit different, right? The Gen 2s looks a little bit greener. The white balance is a little bit more accurate in the Blayzer optics. But I think the biggest thing here is that if you look up at the corner of the Blayzer versus the Gen 2, it actually looks like it has a decent amount less noise. Like it's handling the low light ever so slightly worse, which typically you do see when you're more zoomed in with lenses, so that makes sense. If you've ever used a giant telescopic lens on a camera, those tend to not let in as much light. So if you look at something really far away, it can appear a lot darker, or like maybe if you look through a telescope, same thing. But if you get a wider field of view, obviously that camera is letting in more light from more angles. Also tend to have better apertures anyways. So the noise reduction is actually going to be better. There's going to be less noise, a little bit more accurate colors, and a little bit sharper details as a result, especially in low light. So that's something to notice. Also look at the crispness for third on the Blayzers, right? I can actually see what's on my computer a little bit more clear than on the Gen 2s. It looks blurrier on the Gen 2. So like really crisp little like detail line type stuff, also better. Took a look at the motion blur, right? Pretty comparable on both, but in my opinion, it just looks a little bit better on the Blayzers. And I think that's just because of that slightly better low light performance and slightly more accurate color. So those are some key differences. The camera is actually not the same on the Blayzer and Scribers versus on the Gen 2s. Before I get to my next point, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Blayzer so you can see what those look like as well when they're on. Now this one is sort of a transparent green color, so you can still see through to the tech, which is really cool. And yeah, this is what those are gonna look like when you wear them. But the specs of the camera overall, it's gonna sound like it's exactly the same, right? Both of them shoot 3K 30 for 3 minutes of record limit. Both of them have a 3x4 vertical camera. Both have 1080 30 for 5 minutes and take 12 megapixel pictures. Let's look at some more footage here, specifically from the Scriber and Blayzer optics. Okay, so here we have a video taken with the Blayzer optics at the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland. You can actually see pretty good details in the cliffs themselves over there. And then as we walk around, again, the sharpness is pretty good. Now it is an overcast day, so it's not gonna look as pretty or colorful. And that's just because the sky was completely gray. But as you can see, looks pretty good. I mean, it is really good camera quality. And it's a smaller camera. It's not gonna be as dramatic of a change as like from the Gen 2, so the Oakley Vanguards, but it is still noticeable. Good stabilization and color quality as well. So here's another one, low light in Split, Croatia. Okay, so this is gonna be low light. It's gonna be no lights in there, and it's basically pitch black outside other than the little street lights. As you can see, it does not do as well in low light, just like the Gen 2s. And the main giveaway for this is that banding that we see. But in general, it's still pretty dang good, and the stabilization is really good despite it being super, super low light, and you can definitely still see what's going on. But the low light performance isn't some like drastic improvement, it's just marginally better like you saw earlier indoors. So that's sort of the video quality, but what else is new? Well, as you can see here, I have the Gen 2s and the Blayzers specifically. There's going to be the most comparable of the two. So let's take a look at some of the very key differences that might not have been advertised online. So number one, the Gen 2s are noticeably taller. The arms appear to be the same thickness overall, but it does look slimmer in the front. And you do have replaceable nose pads in 3 different sizes. The accents for the metal inside, or the titanium, whatever it is sort of gold accented now rather than this silvery titanium color, which is a welcome addition. And the power button is on the right side now. So basically all the electronics that you can use and push are on the right side, from the top button to the touch controls to the actual on-off switch. Everything is on the right side of the glasses now, rather than having the power switch on the left side like in the Gen 2s. And here we have the Scribers, which is more like the headliner pair. The previous Gen 1, Gen 2 models for the Ray-Bans. Again, transparent brown, all that stuff. And then in addition, what both of these have different than the Gen 2s is the actual button on top is sort of a multi-function button now. On the Gen 2s, you just press this to record with the camera or take a picture. That's all it can do. But with the Blayzers and Scriber optics, there's actually this extra notch on this button over here. So you press the front of it, it will act normally. You can take a picture or record a video if you press the front, but if you press the back, it actually activates Meta AI. So it sort of has an extra function button built in. Now, this isn't perfect. I don't know why they made this as one long button, because then it's really easy to accidentally do the wrong action unless you very clearly feel this little notch here. And you do get used to it, so it becomes easier over time. But there are a lot of times where I tried recording a video where I accidentally pressed over here instead of over here. So I don't know why they didn't just make them 2 distinct buttons. That's kind of annoying, but overall, it's cool to have that extra little function button. But like, we got to talk about style. Are these actually more stylish since they're slimmer than the old Gen 2 models? And there's actually a lot of factors that go into this that you might not know about. And the first is just the most obvious, and that is that the Gen 1s and Gen 2s, Wayfarer specifically, but also Skylers and Headliners, have way more customization options. There's so many options of frames, so many options of lenses, and you're only getting like 4 or 5 on the Blayzers and Scribers. On top of that, you also have an insane amount of third-party accessories, from lenses of all different colors to battery accessories, clip-on lenses, all this stuff that already works with the Gen 2s that they have not made yet or might not ever make for the Blayzer and Scriber optics unless they happen to get really popular. They'll probably make the lenses, but a lot of the other stuff like clip-ons, they might not ever make for these for that easy sunglass transition. On top of that, the brand new super good working LED cover for the Gen 2s, which I actually have on here right now, does not work. The ones that slip into the LED hole, obviously the LED hole and camera holes are smaller now, so that's not going to slip in anymore. So other things like that will start to become incompatible here as well. And is that all worth it for what you actually get out of it? So style-wise, are these better? Yeah, they're slimmer, but honestly, like I don't know if I like the super slim look on me personally with the Blayzers. I think it might be a little too slim. I actually like this a little bit taller on, I just threw them on the ground, on the Gen 2s, which is my preference. The Scribers, however, I do think look really cool. They're really nice and slim. The gold accents are definitely better than the titanium silverish accents. But that being said, you can still customize the Gen 2s far, far more, and you have far more options to choose from. So I would say that the style overall, considering all those things, is still better on the Gen 2s. And then another point, the nose pads. They're not like you thought they would be. Basically, all other smart glasses brands have nose pads that stick out and sort of press against your nose so that they're really good for people with a variety of head shapes. And you can even move and adjust those like individually with the little wires. That's what we thought would happen with the Blayzer and Scriber optics models, but it didn't. You just get more of this type, which are slightly smaller or slightly bigger, and they still end up sliding down your nose. So then you end up just getting the accessory for the Ray-Bans that you had before, or you end up just using other smart glasses. So that is kind of a downside in my opinion, unless you happen to have the perfect nose shape that just happens to work with the Ray-Bans they have now. And there is sort of one other last thing that is different about them, and that's just going to be that prescription support difference. So they are generally going to have -6 to +6 diopters and a more wide range of different accommodations for myopia, hyperopia, things like that. That will just be better if you happen to have a heavier prescription. So if you can't get a prescription at all for the Gen 2s and that you can't get it third party for lenses for the Gen 2s, then it would probably make sense to get these over the previous model. And I mentioned that the camera was better earlier, but does that alone justify getting these glasses? And the honest answer is no. The camera is barely better. It's extremely, extremely marginal. Most people are not going to notice at all. And that is something to definitely keep in mind. And on top of all that, you're really going to have to love the style of the Blayzer or Scriber model that you get, because you can't customize it nearly as much as you could with the Gen 2s, especially with the Wayfarers. So you better hope that you like the version that you get in the first place. But there's one other huge problem. This is something no one else has mentioned or that I've seen, and that is the case. So the case actually looks way cooler, right? This really nice, dark, sort of like walnut brown versus this color, which just doesn't look as good in my opinion. But something really weird happens when you open it. So if you open the Gen 1 case, as you can see, the way it charges, it's just really smooth. Like I don't have to look at it at all. It goes right in and it's charging. Super easy, right? But when you open the new case for the Blayzer and Scriber, oh my goodness, look at this. There's this big black bar that goes across, sort of blocking the glasses from going in. And the result is it's actually a lot harder to slip this in here than it was. Like you have to get it just right. And it takes extra seconds every single time that I do it. And that does not happen. Oh, it wasn't even in all the way. And that did not happen at all with the previous case. So I don't know why they added that extra bar in there to make it harder to slip the glasses into charge, but it's really annoying to the point where I actually prefer the old case, even though it does not look as cool. Now, if you've watched this video so far, you've probably gathered my opinion. I think that the Blayzer and Scriber optics look really cool. It's a shame that there wasn't actually horizontal video, but it's cool that it's a tiny bit better of a camera and that it's more small, more covert. But losing all of those accessories, losing the ability for some of those LED accessories to go in, losing the ability to customize tons of options for the lenses and for battery accessories and so much more that you get with the Gen 1, Gen 2 Wayfarer model specifically, but also the Headliner and Skyler for different things. My opinion is just not worth it, especially when you consider that I paid $4.99 for the Blayzer Scriber optics. And yeah, they look cool. Put it even more into perspective. $4.99 if you already have the Gen 2s, right? I don't think it's really worth it to upgrade at all unless it just for the prescription thing. That's the only honest reason. Or if you just like love the new look or you want the shiniest new thing for your collection or whatever, then yeah, it's pretty cool. But if you already have Gen 2s or Gen 1s and you have $499 to spend on glasses, I don't think this upgrade makes much sense at all. I actually think for a similar price, you can get another pair of smart glasses that does way more things that would actually complement your life and allow you to wear both of them for very different situations without buying sort of the exact same thing over again. If you want to know what that is, stay tuned to the channel. That video is coming out soon. But let me know what your thoughts are on the Blayzer Inscriber versus the Gen 2. Do you like the new ones better? If you have them, from what you've seen online, do you think it's worth the upgrade? Put all your thoughts down there so that we can all see what your opinions are. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.